Hi, and welcome to Flew the Coop. My name is Tricia, and today is Thanksgiving Day. It's also been 2 weeks since the love of my life went on to heaven. Looking back, I can see so many things that God has done to kind of prepare me for this, but there's no preparing. And I wanted to spend Thanksgiving alone because I know my kids, they have to get back to doing their life and their thing. And they can't stand no more stress. They can't. So, what I wanted to talk about was is, is so much loneliness. I was with my husband. Well, we would be celebrating our 49th anniversary in March, but we were together since 16, 17. Well, we met when we were 16. So I'm used to spending time with him, and it's always us and ours. And now it's not, it's just me and mine. And that's the hard thing. I don't know who I am now. So part of me left, and now I have to figure this one out. And it's not the same. I sat there, and he wanted me to get new garage doors and a new screen door, and to call his friend Tater and find the name of his painters to come out and paint my house. But I can't even understand a reason why. I don't want to decorate. I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't make sense to me. And I've got to figure out who I am now. So I was sitting around on Thanksgiving. I had bought a Stouffer's a turkey frozen meal thingamajig, and I ate it. I ate most of a pumpkin pie, and it made me sick, and I threw up. I haven't ate sugar in so long, so I don't know. I um, I don't know. So I thought, okay, who am I? And I had started this YouTube channel just to kind of relieve some stress when I was taking care of my mother-in-law. And that's another thing. I'm still doing that. And, she lives quite a few miles away. It's a 2.5, maybe hour drive. I don't know, maybe a little less. And I went down to try and get on her bank account so I could continue paying her bills because my husband was on it and I'm not. And I'm the only one that she has left. She was real sick right before my husband passed away, and she was in the hospital. And it took me days because they sent her to a home for rehab. And we already had everything set up at her house, and we have a caretaker and everything that's wonderful. And all her friends can stop by, and she wants to be at home, and she's smart as a tack. I mean, as far as, she has no dementia or anything. And it's just her body's given out. So I still have her, and I got so much on my plate, but that's not who I am neither. But that's when I started this channel, and I'm all over the place, I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I started it as something to do, and I thought, today, when I'm at my bottom part, I thought, well, let's just make a video. But who wants to watch an old lady cry on a video? I don't know. So I'm trying not to. And I don't want to have to stop because I don't know how to pause this. And I wanted it in one recording, but I'm going to have to wipe my nose a little bit. It's a fact of life, you know? Okay. Anyways, yeah, there's my dirty dishes. And they say, how can you get so many dirty dishes from a frozen dinner? Let me see. I had got 2 of them when I went to the store. Little advertisement for Stouffer's. I haven't had one of these in a long time, but I always like the turkey and stuff. But anyhow. Oh, so that's nightly chore of closing the windows. I usually don't have these all the way up, but I put this bench in here, and the cat was over here beating on him because that's what she does when she wants to see out. So anyhow, I take you on a walk. So you can only do so much of this stuff. My nightly ritual. And then you have to kind of be with yourself and figure things out. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking to get it off of my chest, I guess. Maybe some of you could have some suggestions on how you get to be yourself again and figure out who you are when you don't have your other half with you. So, no. I thought, I have my camper, and if it wasn't so dark out, I'd take you out there. It's not starting too well, and the generator went out. So, what you do? I don't know. I'm a pacer. When I'm talking on the phone, I'm pacing back and forth. So. And as you can tell, I didn't really get dressed up for anything today. And the quality of this is not good because I can see that it's not very clear. Okay, and I think my necklace is hitting the microphone. I don't know. So, anyhow, if anybody has any suggestions on how you start to become and find yourself, let me know. But if you want to come along with me as I find myself, like and subscribe, and we'll go from there. And I know this is not the end of the video, but if you want to like and subscribe now, you can. So, yeah, I'm just hoping. I have ideas. There's things that I wanted to do, but then they got put on hold, taking care of my husband and taking care of my mother-in-law. But I had all these here videos in my mind of things I want to do because I am kind of silly. And I had some funny stuff that I was going to do. And I think I still will, but it's winter time. Well, it's getting winter. It's late fall, I guess. I don't know if it's turned into winter yet. I don't keep up on that kind of stuff. All I know is it's cold outside. And that was really fast, wasn't it? So, what, I don't know. So, what I'm thinking is we'll just do some videos here, and then next year or next spring, I do have my she shed that I want to redo. And I'm going to be cleaning out the garage so that I can get to some tools and stuff. And I do plan on doing that. And I was going to do some more extensive cleaning and everything, and the Swedish death cleaning. And if you could have seen my husband's desk in his office, and I should have took before pictures and after pictures, but I didn't. And I did all that already. I've got a lot of drawers to clean out because I am a little bit a hoarder. And if I took you down in the basement where my son has been, he sold his house and he moved in with us 2 years ago. And if you see that basement, because after my mother passed 8 years ago, yesterday, we brought a lot of stuff home, my sister and my brother and I. And still a lot of it is around. And I've got all of her thread. I've got enough thread that if I sewed something every day, I would still have enough to live to be 150 probably, maybe older. So I think I don't sew that often. I made some curtains for my other camper a few years back. I think that's the last thing I sewed. I do plan on making covering some chairs, but you don't really have to sew because I'm not going to put no binding around them. I think I'll just do them flat if I do them. I've been going to do that for probably 20 years. And I'm thinking, okay, I can do that now. But it's not something I'm thinking I got to rush out and do. Those curtains back there I made when we first moved in here. Yeah, so go close those curtains. My son decorated, and he asked me about these helmets today, and I said, oh, I threw those away. And he said, you did? Just joking. I always tease him, but then he's teasing me all the time too. I think he gets his sense of humor from me. Some people think it's from his dad, but it's from me. You know, his dad could be funny, but it's a subtle funniness. I don't know, because I posted a video that he had done. I don't know if it was May or March when we was down at his mother's house, and we had got her in bed, and we were in her kitchen, and he was wanting to do a video because that was when I had started, doing videos again on this channel, or not channel, but what do you call it? I don't know. And he was imitating where I would watch all those videos of people's campers and stuff. I was just interested in their places they went and things they saw and stuff. And he wanted to make a video, and he started that, well, I have this here one road track and stuff. And he was cracking me up, but I posted it, and my son showed his fiance's dad it, and his dad said, okay, because you couldn't tell that this was not Wendell. He was doing a joke, making fun of my videos and stuff, and he was cracking me up. So anyhow,
A story about a road track. It was made in 1994. We were driving to Savannah, Georgia, and got hit at about 80 miles an hour. This road track was so sturdy, I drove it all the way back to Columbus, Ohio. Unfortunately, the door got messed up on the back. The person that we took it to worked on it for a very long time, but he couldn't get it fixed for us in time for the next season. So we went out and bought another road track because we liked it so much. A nice thing about my 1994 was that it had nice beds. Really nice beds. So
He didn't have no cracks in him.
So that's the unfortunate reason why I really don't want to sell it, but I need to sell it because I have two. I do have the door fixed now.
He is driving me crazy.
So if anyone is interested in buying my road track for $7,000, you'll be getting a good deal. Its motor has been checked.
Yeah, I made him watch a lot of videos. And he took me to a women's meetup that all the women were in their camper vans, and some of them were vans that, were professionally done, and others were in just their cars or vans that they had fixed up to go in. And we had years ago, I had talked him into traveling in our Suburban. And I think I told this story before. And I had made us a bed out of a bunch of blankets, and they were rolled up. And then I had a table that set across the back, and we could set our stuff on. And the first night it got down to, I think, maybe the 30s or something. And it was freezing in there. And I was up all night long starting the engine to get the car warmed back up because I didn't want him to be upset and not want to go again. But he did. And later we found a camper van because he didn't want me to build one. And I was fine with building one because I had all these ideas and everything. And that he wanted one with the stuff already in it. And so I found one, and it was really cheap, but it was a 1994 Dodge Road Track 190 Popular. And it was kind of cool. It was vintage, but it stunk. It was so molded, and it was so dirty and cruddy. And it had some leaking windows. It has 3 windows across the top. And because that's the Road Track trademark. And it was a mess. And he was just walking away from it. And I'm like, I want it. I want this thing, So, of course, I usually win. He gets me what I want. And we worked fixing it up, and we got that thing all fixed up and got those windows. And the mechanic that fixed the windows and sealed those said he said, I am never going to do that again. So, but we got it all done, and it was nice looking inside. And then it got wrecked. And if we were not in that thing, it was a tank. And that car that hit us so fast. And that's what he's talking about in his video, though, too. We probably would have died. I don't know. So, I forgot what I'm talking about. That's why my videos are just going to be random. I don't know. I don't even know what to name them. So, Trisha blabs on and on. Yeah. So, but what was I saying? So we got that, and when it got wrecked, we had a friend that was going to fix it up, but he was really, really, really slow at doing so. And so I found another one that was newer. It was a Road Track 190 Popular, the same floor plan. Except for it had a couch in the back. It's automatic that laid down, where the other one had 2 separate ones that pulled out, which I like the 2 better because although you can use this as 2 twins, it doesn't sleep that well because of the couch when it folds down and all the tufting and everything. It's not one sheet of foam like the other one was. So, but we got it, and we had to travel pretty far to get it. And I don't think they knew what they had, because after they had agreed to sell it to me, the car lot, because they got it on trade or something, then they had a lot of people wanting it. So anyways, we got it for less than what a lot of them were going for. And it had some, we took and got quite a bit of work done on it. And yeah, and we were back on the road again. And this one had a generator in it, and he loved it. It's broken right now. And the microwave, I'd burn it up because I had the air conditioner on with the microwave because it was hot out and we were in a parking lot and the generator running and it didn't have the electricity coming to it smoothly. And I burned it up. But that's okay because I didn't care about the microwave and I put a bread box there that I put my paper towels in and I like that just as well. So, anyhow, I don't know what the point of this was. Just reminiscing. So I'm thinking, I well, oh, I know what it was. I was talking about how he took me to the women's meetup. It was from a channel of Lulu's Way, and I had started watching her a year or so ago, and everything she would do in her camper or it was a little van. I would be either thinking, that's what I would have done, or Lulu, listen to me. You have to put this over here like this, you know? But she was funny. So I got the chance to go. Wendell was on vacation, and I got the chance that I could go to one of her meetups. And so we left his mom's house on the way, and we stopped at a bunch of things. And um, I just danced and had fun with them. And he stayed in the hotel room. And that's not something I would normally do. I would normally never do that. And I think I talked about this on one of my videos before. But I'm thinking now, I am one of those women, you know, what do they call them? Um, Women in vans or uh, just, I don't know. So, anyways, I am one of those now. But I'm scared because um, what if you break down? What if you this? What if you that? And I'm not used to doing none of that. Wendell took care of everything. He took care of everything. I mean, just even in the grocery store, I didn't put my cart through nothing. I just put the groceries in the cart and threw them up on the conveyor belt. I know how to do it now. And I did have a breakdown at the gas station. Not a breakdown in my car, a breakdown in my mind because I forgot to put the pin in for the card. And I'm thinking, why does this not work? Why does this not work? And I had went to the guy and I said, that thing is not working. And then he says, well, you can just pay here, prepay. And then I thought, I don't know how much gas to put in there. I don't know. And I guess it didn't matter. But, um, and I said, just forget it. I'll go home, you know? And I went back out and I thought, okay, Trisha, try it again. And I started trying it again. And that guy, he had locked up the building and came over to help me. And it's kind of embarrassing because I had done all the stuff and picked the stuff that I needed, but I forgot to put in my pin. What an idiot. So, anyways, stuff happens. But back to that. I met a really lot of nice women on that women's meetup. And I'm thinking maybe one of them lives close enough that we could do a meetup somewhere and they could meet me somewhere closer and then we could like have a caravan to the place so that if one of us breaks down, the other was there, but we'd still be alone. We could do our own thing, but still have that security. So I'm thinking that may be something that I might do. And I have a friend who lives in Florida, and she knows we never got to Florida. And Wendell actually apologized to me before he left and said he was sorry he never got me there. Well, he never got there neither. And I told him, when I go, I'll take you with me. Well, can't actually take him with me, but he'll be with me in my heart. So, but, and I told her before that, we had a plan to go on back in March. We had 2 week vacation and we were going to go to Florida. And I had asked this friend, and it's Glenna. Hi, Glenna. If there was a Cracker Barrel close by. And she says, "Oh, we have better restaurants than that." And I said, "No, to stay at." So people just kind of didn't get us, but we enjoyed it. We totally enjoyed it. And it would be odd to go without him. So I don't know. It's not working right now, but I do know his mechanic down the street, and I will have him kind of check it out. And then my son is working up close to where we get our road track, that kind of stuff, like the generator and everything worked on, because they're a road track dealer and they kind of know them and they sell the used ones too. So I trust them working on it. Other RV places and everything, they don't know what they're doing. I've heard of people that they've messed up the flow of stuff, because there's some things that are just different about road tracks. So anyhow, so that is on my agenda. And she happened to be in town, my friend from Florida, visiting her family because she is from here. We went to high school together. And she happened to be in town, but she couldn't be here for the viewing or the funeral of Wendell. And she came over to visit me, and she said when I was ready, she was going to take me on a cruise. And I said, if you have to fly to get to this place to get the cruise, it's a no. And not because I'm scared of flying or actually being up high or the plane's going to fall. I just don't like people being around me. That's another thing. I do not go and meet people and stuff. That women's meetup was completely out of my norm, and I enjoyed it. So, and then the next day I met up with, the next weekend, week or something, I met up with my classmates too. They meet, like once a month. And I walked in and there were some old people and I figured, okay, that's them. But that was strange for me too. And so back to the other story. And if you're going to follow me on my channel, this is the way I do. My mind goes all over the place. And eventually I might get back to the subject. I might. But sometimes I don't. So if you want to know more about a subject that I started and never finished, put it in the comments. I'll try and address it. So anyways, and then she says something about, and then I said, I will not get on a cruise neither because I have to have windows and be able to escape a room. I don't want to be stuck. And she said she would get a balcony room. I don't know. Glenna. So, but that's in the future too. So I'm thinking what my new life looks like is meeting new people, making new friends, and just doing stuff to have fun. And I know that my husband would want me to be going out there and enjoying life and not crying all day long. I don't know when that's going to happen. Right now, it's not happening. So I'm going to just make this a unedited video. And if you make it through to the end, thank you. And if you could, promote it, because I just want to get this on the road. This is my new thing. It's going to be me, just me. And I might get better, I might not. So, thank you guys. thank you for tuning in. Promote it, because it could be a thing. And I could be a big YouTuber star. Other people have. So, yeah, that's what I need. I need to be a star. That's my new life. So, I'm cutting out here now. And I'm going to go put this online, or do not online, or put it on there. So, all I can say now is later, taters. Catch you later.
I think the show's over.
Who are you talking to?
Huh? I'm talking to myself.